Good, happy Thursday morning, March 19, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday morning, so let's begin. First up, 13 more COVID-19 cases announced in New Hampshire. 2 hospitalized. DHHS says new patients are all adults, officials say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The New Hampshire Community Loan Fund is tackling some of the Granite State's most urgent needs, like affordable housing for our state's working families, seniors, and young people. Your donation to the Capital Impact Challenge can have a profound impact. Give today.
We have breaking news on the coronavirus in New Hampshire. The Department of Health and Human Services has just announced 13 new cases. All are adults and are from Hillsborough, Rockingham, Carroll, Belknap, and Merrimack counties. 2 of the new cases are being treated in the hospital. The others are isolating at home. That brings the total number of cases in New Hampshire to 39.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Musicians play nightly for Concord neighborhood, hope to raise spirits. Musicians hope to bring peace to neighbors. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
Why choose Century Roofing? You've met my team, the best in the business. Is a lifetime warranty good enough for you? And payment options, financing is available, and we accept all credit cards. Century Roofing, we got you covered.
The street concert begins before the sun sets, drawing neighbors out of their homes on Columbus Avenue in Concord.
And we are here, and we are happy, and we love each other, and we distancing, but you know what? We need this right now.
Tim Wildman has called this street home for 30 years. He's a pastor and a musician, playing in the Tall Granite Big Band. He thought a jam session is just what his neighbors need.
You know, we're all still connected, like we all are all over the world.
And he's recruiting more friends and neighbors.
Tim and I worked together this morning, 7 feet apart, but still together out for a walk. And he said, "Hey, we're doing this. You want to come bring some instruments?" I said, "Sure."
It just brings people together. It's nice when we play and everybody smiles or claps or even shakes a little bit.
This might be just the beginning. More musicians may join in. And as the sun goes down, the music is turning up.
I think there's something about saying goodnight in a way that, and stay safe, that has a sort of a communal feeling about it. It just seemed like a way to put the neighborhood to bed every night.
In Concord, Gene Mackin, WMUR, News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Manchester seeks donations of cleaning products for firefighters and police officers. City says it's running out of supplies. Can't find more to buy. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Suzanne Rowntree.
I'm your Century Roofing foreman.
And I'm customer service.
And I'm Dean Solar.
We're the Century Roofing team. Call us today.
Century Roofing, we got you covered.
As the coronavirus continues to spread, Manchester city officials say their supply of hand sanitizer, containers of wipes, disinfectant spray, and bleach-based products is low, putting workers at risk.
Well, the city has supplies right now to kind of do a few days of operation. We have over 500 essential employees still working every day, providing critical city services that we need. We need those cleaning supplies so our employees do not become part of the problem and can still deliver services that we're used to.
The city came up empty-handed in its efforts to buy more.
We're going to local stores, trying to get anything off the shelves that we can get. I have called all the local big stores like Walmart, Home Depot, and Target, asking for anything they can provide before they put it on the shelves so we can get it in the hands of people that really, really need them so we can provide our services.
The need for the cleaning products is still dire.
Anything we can use to clean surfaces like steering wheels of vehicles, seats, stuff that our firemen get exposed to, our police officers get exposed to, the highway workers to wipe their steering wheels down, their seats down, the garbage workers to clean their hands with.
But businesses and residents are already pitching in.
We had the distillery network right here in Manchester, New Hampshire, has already stepped up to provide us with 2 months worth of alcohol wipes and sanitizing wipes for our first responders and essential employees.
We heard on the news, and it said if you don't need them right now, if someone know that you guys can use it.
In Concord, the police department is also asking for donations of hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes. Now, Concord police say if you would like to donate, that you just should give them a call. Here in Manchester, the fire station on Merrimack Street, right here behind me, is the drop-off point, Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. Live in Manchester, Suzanne Rowntree, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Thousands of unemployment claims leave Granite State economic future uncertain. Simon Mall locations across the country close. Even the ones here in New Hampshire, the Simon Malls in New Hampshire, like the Mall of New Hampshire, Manchester, and other Simon Malls in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Cherise LeClaire.
It's the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event. The perfect time to get that awesome new Honda you've been dreaming of. Like the versatile HR-V, or the award-winning CR-V, or the legendary Pilot. Whatever your dream may be. Where'd that dream come from? It's weird. Get to the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event for an amazing deal. Because around here, we Honda.
Fear is the enemy of prosperity. People are not sure how intense this is going to be or how long it's going to last.
A lot of questions over just how severe the impact COVID-19 could have across many sectors, including the economy. President of Applied Economic Research, Russell Thibault, says one thing is clear.
Until we have a handle on the health impacts, then we won't be able to have a handle on the economic impacts.
And the economic impacts have been swift this week, as New Hampshire joined a growing list of states barring guests from bars and restaurant dining rooms and keeping children out of classrooms. Other industries shuttering too. Today, Simon Malls announcing they're closing locations across the country temporarily. After the governor issued an order expanding unemployment benefits, thousands of claims have come in, leaders calling the numbers historic. Russell says he is encouraged by the Trump administration's $1 trillion economic stimulus proposal and says one positive was the state's low unemployment before this crisis.
We started this downturn in very good condition, very low unemployment rate, good job growth in New Hampshire, so that gives us a bit of a cushion. But on the other hand, it was a sudden shock.
A sudden shock and unprecedented. We asked Russell what everyone can do to ease the economic burden.
The best thing people can do is do everything you can to avoid getting this virus.
And Russell adding that it would really be speculation to guess just how bad the economic impacts would be until we start to see a downturn in cases of COVID-19. Live in Manchester, I'm Cherise LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Catholic Medical Center officials detail coronavirus testing procedures. Patient need reference from doctor to be tested for COVID-19. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Amy Cavino.
I'm your Century Roofing foreman.
And I'm customer service.
And I'm the installer. We're the Century Roofing team. Call us today. Century Roofing, we got you covered.
It's starting to circulate, and we will see people that have no travel or other risk factors starting to come back positive with it.
Health experts warned us it was coming, and now it's here. Community transmission of COVID-19 is the new reality here in New Hampshire. So, should we all go out and get tested?
In order to get tested, you should really have symptoms. We don't want to be testing people if they don't have symptoms. That's not what the test is supposed to be used for.
This is the remote testing site at the Armory in Manchester. A fire department official is the gatekeeper. This is not a drive-by. You must have doctor's orders in hand to get through. Like Brenda, who asked us that we not show her face.
I feel tired. I feel like I have, like I said, a flu. I feel stuffed up. I feel my throat is sore. I have a cough. I feel very shaky.
A very deep, uncomfortable nose swab from her vehicle is all it took. She should have the results in 48 hours. If she's negative, she'll get a call from her physician. If the test is positive,
if we do have somebody that's positive for this, the state health department will reach out to that person, and that's because they want to know what other close contacts you might have.
But not everyone who's coughing needs a test.
Even people that might have persistent cough all the time, some of the other symptoms they might find is fatigue, their muscle aches, they feel like they're starting to come down with something, they'll start to maybe feel a little short of breath, or they'll start to feel like they're starting to develop a fever.
Ashley Conley answered every question we threw at her this afternoon, and we thought her answers and that back and forth was great. You'll find that full-length interview on our website, WMUR.com. In some lighter news, it's light out, and we don't have our jackets on. We're in this together. We're live in Manchester. Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire DMV adjusting in response to coronavirus outbreak. Will transition to appointment-only services. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
It's the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event. The perfect time to get that awesome new Honda you've been dreaming of.
Starting tomorrow, the DMV will move almost entirely to phone and online services. There will be just limited appointments available for in-person visits.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Dow features 300 drop points, pointing to another day of declines on Wall Street. Futures contracts tied to the major U.S. stock index fell early Thursday morning, signaling another day of declines for Wall Street. 470 Sorry about that, everyone. $475 deaths in Italy in 24 hours. The nation's most COVID-19 fatalities in a day. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Staggering toll yet. 475 deaths in just the last 24 hours. And again, This happened in a country with a severe lockdown, with more doctors and beds per capita per person than here in the U.S. And tonight, Italians recording messages to send out to the world their warning. Here's ABC's Maggie Rulli.
Tonight, Italy staggering as the virus rages. 475 more deaths in 24 hours, the most in a single day. The death toll approaching China's, but Italy with just a fraction of the population. New video inside an ICU unit in the hardest hit part of Italy shows doctors fighting a relentless battle, working endless hours. One physician confiding, there are so many patients, there is no time for tears. A governor warning that soon they will not be able to help new victims of the virus amid an acute shortage of equipment. The rates of infection are being watched closely by the White House's coronavirus task force.
We're very interested in the curves in Italy because of their different approach, and we're following every single country's curves.
Italy's different approach is a tougher nationwide crackdown on public life than in the U.S. 8,000 people have already been cited in just one day for breaking the rules, and violations can result in jail time. And a warning for the United States. Italian filmmakers spreading the message of act now through an emotional video that shows quarantined Italians sharing what they would have told themselves to prepare 10 days ago.
Sta per succedere un casino pazzesco. E sono altrettanto certa del fatto che tu stia prendendo sotto gamba la cosa.
Stay at home.
And with London having the most and fastest growing number of cases in the UK, there are now new reports of a so-called shielding plan for the city that would essentially lock it down and contain it from the rest of the country. Now, David, the government has not confirmed these plans, but it seems like right now all options are on the table. David?
All right, Maggie, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.